Think about this. You are sitting on your couch at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, and suddenly you feel like a god. You just watched a montage of people lifting heavy weights or saw a bank account balance that made your stomach sink. You decide that tomorrow is the day everything changes. You are going to wake up at 5 in the morning, drink a gallon of water, and finally start that project you have been talking about for 3 years. You set 6 alarms and go to sleep with a smile on your face because you finally have the fire back. Then Monday morning arrives with a gray sky and a cold floor. The alarm screams, and that rush of energy from last night is completely gone. You do not feel like a god anymore. You just feel tired and slightly annoyed at the person you were 12 hours ago. You hit snooze and tell yourself you will start tomorrow when you feel better. This is the motivation trap, and it is the reason you are stuck in a cycle of starting and stopping. You are treating motivation like a fuel source when it is actually just a weather pattern. You would never build a house that only stays upright when the sun is out, yet you are trying to build a life that only functions when you feel inspired. If your plan requires you to feel good to get started, your plan is designed to fail on every normal day of your life. We are not going to talk about how to get that feeling back because that feeling is a lie. We are going to talk about building systems that work when you are tired, bored, and completely uninspired. The goal is to make your progress independent of your mood. Think about a professional marathon runner standing at the starting line in the pouring rain. They are not waiting for a burst of excitement to start moving. They are there because their shoes are tied and the clock started. The first pillar of a system that actually works is the 2-minute rule. You have to stop looking at the mountain and start looking at the first 2 steps. If you want to start a gym habit, your goal is not 45 minutes of powerlifting. Your goal is putting on your gym shoes and walking out the front door. If you want to write a book, your goal is not a chapter, it is writing one single sentence. You make the start so tiny that it is actually more embarrassing to skip it than it is to just do it. You are not trying to finish the work yet, you are just trying to master the art of showing up. Once you are standing in the gym with your shoes on, the hardest part of the battle is already over. Energy follows action, it does not precede it. When you wait to feel like doing something, you are letting your lizard brain run the show. That part of your brain only cares about comfort and safety. It will always choose the couch over the treadmill. But when you commit to just 2 minutes, you bypass that resistance. You tell your brain that we are just going to do this one small thing. Usually, once you start, the momentum takes over and you keep going for an hour. But even if you stop after 2 minutes, you still won't have broken the habit. You still showed up. You are casting a vote for the person you want to become, and every rep counts regardless of how long it lasted. Physical friction is the silent killer of every good intention you have ever had. If you have to dig through a cluttered closet to find your workout clothes, you probably will not go to the gym. If you have to clear off your desk before you can start working, you will end up scrolling on your phone instead. Your environment is constantly nudging you towards certain behaviors. You need to reverse this by removing every possible obstacle between you and the task. This means prepping your environment the night before. You lay your clothes out on the floor, so you literally have to step over them to get out of bed. You open the document on your computer and leave it on the screen so it is the first thing you see. You are making the right choice the easiest choice. This works in reverse for bad habits too. If you want to stop checking your phone first thing in the morning, put it in a different room. Make yourself walk 20 feet and open a drawer just to see a notification. That small amount of friction is often enough to break the impulse. You want to design your world so that you are tripping over your good habits and searching for your bad ones. Successful people do not have more willpower than you. They just have better designed environments that require less willpower to navigate. They have automated the boring parts of being disciplined so they can save their mental energy for the actual work. Most people try to build new habits out of thin air, but that is like trying to plant a seed in concrete. You need to anchor your new behavior to something that is already happening in your life. This is called habit stacking. You identify a current routine like brushing your teeth, pouring coffee, or sitting down at your desk. Then you tie the new habit directly to the end of that routine. After I pour my first cup of coffee, I will write 3 lines in my journal. After I close my laptop for the day, I will do 10 push-ups. You are using the momentum of your existing life to pull the new habit along. You do not have to remember to do it because the previous action acts as a physical trigger. Without a trigger, you are relying on your memory and your mood, which are both unreliable. But when you link a behavior to a physical event, it becomes a part of the landscape. It is no longer an item on a to-do list. It is just what happens after the coffee is poured. You are building a chain of events that moves forward on autopilot. Over time, these stacks become so ingrained that it feels weird not to do them. You stop thinking about whether you want to do the task and you just follow the sequence. This is how you move from effort to identity. You are no longer someone trying to journal, you are just someone who journals while they drink coffee. We often get obsessed with the outcome of our goals. We look at the scale or the bank account and get discouraged when the numbers do not move fast enough. This is why you need to stop tracking outcomes and start tracking reps. Get a physical calendar and a red marker. Every day that you show up and do your 2-minute version of the habit, you put a big red cross through that date. Your only job is to not break the chain. The visual evidence of your progress becomes more motivating than the results themselves. You start to value the streak because you do not want to see a blank white square on your wall. This shift in focus takes the pressure off of being perfect and puts it on being consistent. Consistency is the only thing that actually moves the needle over a long period of time. One intense workout every 2 weeks does nothing for your body. 10 minutes of walking every single day changes your life. When you track reps, you celebrate the boring days. You celebrate the days where you were tired and did the bare minimum. Those are actually the most important days because those are the days that prove the system works. Anyone can work hard when they are excited. Only the people who work when they are bored actually reach the finish line. The red marks on your calendar are proof that you are the kind of person who shows up. There are 2 major traps that will try to pull you back into the motivation cycle. The first is over-planning. This is a form of procrastination where you spend 40 hours researching the best workout program or the perfect software instead of just doing the work. It feels like progress, but it is actually just a way to avoid the discomfort of starting. The second trap is all-or-nothing thinking. This is the idea that if you cannot do a full hour of yoga, the whole day is a waste. This is a lie. If you only have 5 minutes, give 5 minutes. A reduced version of a habit is infinitely better than a skipped one. Missing 1 day is an accident, but missing 2 days is the start of a new habit of not doing it. Action creates the inspiration you have been looking for. You have the order backward. You think you need to feel good to act, but you actually need to act to feel good. The fire does not start by itself. You have to rub the sticks together in the cold for a long time before you see a single spark. But once that spark catches, the heat keeps you going. Stop waiting for the Sunday night feeling to return. It is a ghost that disappears as soon as things get difficult. Build your tiny starts, fix your environment, stack your habits, and keep your chain unbroken. The version of you that wins is the version that keeps moving when the feeling is gone.